Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, May 17th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 573 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Driver calls Eagle Road potholes horrifying. This is what ITD says is happening. Belgian ambassador's wife claims diplomatic immunity over soul slap. COVID-19, thousands head overseas on holiday as rules ease. Australia crocodile, skull identified as part of new extinct species. 4-year-old boy found murdered in Dallas street. John Oliver shoots down stand your ground laws, America's Rosetta Stone for justified homicides. A Long Island CVS employee was arrested after cops found 62 fake COVID-19 vaccination cards in his car. Trump has blown off Rudy Giuliani's pleas for help as feds circle. Bill Gates crafted a public image as a likable, nerdy do-gooder. Office affairs, uncomfortable workplace behavior, and Epstein ties reveal cracks in his facade. UFOs are very real, 60 Minutes reports, they're still unidentified, and they aren't American. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. COVID-19, lockdowns ease in England, Wales and most of Scotland, BBC News. Sharp's powerful Equals R6 features a huge 1-inch camera sensor, Engadget. Iran nuclear deal could weaken U.S. efforts to end Israel-Gaza violence, CNBC. Taiwan was a COVID success story, now it's fighting its biggest outbreak, CNN. Teflon Joe muddies GOP's midterm strategy, Politico. Apple teases major music announcement as lossless streaming rumors mount, The Verge. Elon Musk's tweets have once again sent Bitcoin on a wild ride, CNN. Houston Tiger returned safely, with help from intermediary, report says, Fox News. Thousands evacuated as powerful cyclone Tauktae threatens Indian region grappling with COVID, CNN. Miss Universe contestants unveil protest messages in politically charged pageant, CNN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. GOP voting restrictions will make it harder for people with disabilities to cast ballots. The hidden health benefits of eating leftovers for breakfast. It's not just vaccines, we need these 5 other things to end the pandemic. Coalition calls for boycott of Beijing Olympics over alleged human rights abuses. John Oliver exposes the racist gun laws that help people get away with killing. Franklin Graham gives Trump a stark 2024 reality check. Joe Exotic makes new claims in desperate plea for pardon from Biden. Israel's war on Hamas rages on in Gaza. Former child star Ricky Schroeder roasted on Twitter for harassing Costco workers. As Biden stays mum, senators make bipartisan call for ceasefire in Gaza. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Club helps provide food, essentials to communities. Fallen officer honored with new playground. Packers rookie wants to be more than speedster. 2-year-old boy in critical condition after shooting. Maskless crowds resume at KC Mavericks games. Teen commits to play where dad coaches. A new hope, kids line up for COVID-19 vaccine. Lost Boats Memorial honors submarine veterans. Twins leave mark on high school. Teen charged with arson at Nashville homes. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Israel's real existential threat. How do we fight disinformation? Sign up, Coronavirus Briefing. Conflict's second week begins with heavy Israeli strikes in Gaza, where virus surged in northeast U.S., cases fall as shots rise. Prosecuting the Capitol rioters. Recovery, restaurants, policing, where the mayoral candidates stand. They're vaccinated and keeping their masks on, maybe forever. Officials apologize for deadly police shooting at a black college in 1970. Wearing masks, even after getting vaccinated. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Rare 1987 Buick GNX muscle car driven just 262 miles sold for $205,000. Liz Peek, Biden's inflation risks, recovery isn't president's priority. Instead, this comes first for Dems. Full-blown boycott pushed for Beijing Olympics. Wisconsin teen found dead after disappearance, prompting police investigation. Lindholm's Otigo lifts flames past Canucks 6-5. LeBron vs. Steph, a play-in game will be a superstar tussle. James scores 25, tweaks ankle as Lakers top Pelicans 110-98. Blazers beat Nuggets 132-116, secure sixth seed for playoffs. JFK told the Secret Service to keep its distance on Assassination Day. Jazz take top spot in NBA playoffs, thump Kings 121-99. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, May 17th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Coronavirus UK, staff and WFH stint and commute back to work. People share photos showing themselves finally embracing family and friends. COVID pandemic has caused children as old as 8 to throw tantrums. Ministers are split over whether to keep lockdown beyond June 21st. UK weather, Britain is set for floods, 60 miles per hour gales and 2-week washout. Convoy of cars that drove through Jewish community yelling if their mothers were from Bradford. Moment dog thief flees with family's pedigree. XL American bully and bulldog after breaking in. Bill Gates resigned from Microsoft board in 2020 after female staffer claimed they had affair. Masked mob break into Muslim YouTube star's home in Birmingham for disrespecting Palestine. Freedom Day dawns, Britons rejoices they can go back inside pubs, cinemas and friends' homes today. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. The U.S. conversation on Israel is changing, no matter Biden's meek response. Joy for UK pubs and hugs tempered by rise in virus variant. Israel-Hamas conflict hurdles into its second week with more airstrikes on Gaza. Scientists unravel a mystery about a naked giant carved into an English hill. Israel says Gaza tunnels destroyed in heavy airstrikes. COVID-19 live updates. In England, eating inside and hugs are allowed again as coronavirus restrictions ease. Indonesia's Gojek, Tokopedia to merge as go-to group. India braces for powerful cyclone amid deadly virus surge. China urges U.S. to play constructive role in Gaza diplomacy. 2 ultra-Orthodox Israelis killed, 160 injured in bleacher collapse in crowded West Bank synagogue. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus live, Taiwan scrambling for vaccine doses as cases surge, South Africa bid to vaccinate 5 million by July. Bitcoin lowest since February as Musk tweets trigger whipsaw trading, Business live. Jacob Zuma corruption trial in South Africa adjourned shortly after opening. US Ramrez, boxing defines me but I enjoy sharing my glory with the less fortunate. AT&T in talks to combine Warner Media with Discovery. Glimmers of hope, the mood at Luton Airport as England restarts foreign travel. GlaxoSmithKline and Sanofi report strong results in trials of COVID vaccine. New Zealand to cut low-skill immigration and refocus on wealthy. How did COVID slip through Taiwan's gold standard defenses? We're gonna win the second half, the Texas Democrat eyeing 2022 victory. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Key figures who pushed 2020 election conspiracies are now boosting Arizona audit. Witnesses, man who killed Arkansas woman lured out neighbors. Police, woman kills her 2 kids with meat cleaver in Arizona. Federal income tax filings and payments for individuals due Monday. Arrest made after boy, 4, found slain on Dallas street. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Israel launches new strikes on Gaza as calls for ceasefire grow. Thailand, record number of COVID cases as prison clusters grow. Cyclone Tauktae, COVID-battered India braces for storm. AT&T nearing $150 billion Discovery streaming merger, reports. Long working hours killing 745,000 people a year, study finds. U.S. general reflects on Afghanistan departure. India's COVID crisis hits COVAX vaccine sharing scheme. We gave Venezuelan migrants a license to dream. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Fauci tells graduates virus is the enemy, not each other. Sanofi and GSK vaccine reports mid-stage immune response, live COVID-19 updates. It's a human rights issue, thousands across U.S. join global protests in solidarity with Palestine. Wildfire near Los Angeles grows to 1,325 acres, arson suspect detained, authorities say. UN envoys call urgent meeting on Mideast conflict. AP top stories May 16th p. Police, missing Texas tiger found safe, healthy. It's just terrifying, 4-year-old boy found dead on Dallas street, police say, suspect arrested. Urine rover lands on Mars, China joins US's only nations to successfully land on planet. Remote learners at North Carolina high school excluded from prom, even if they were invited. Gay police group blasts NYC Pride for banning officers from events. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. French bulldog puppy stolen at gunpoint reunited with its owner. LA County officials report continued decline in COVID-19 cases as they urge vaccinations for children. This is not normal. Topanga Canyon is used to fire, but not amid drizzling, May-gray gloom. Palisades fire grows to 1,325 acres, 1,000 residents evacuated in Topanga Canyon. Toxic chemicals sullied a Lincoln Heights site, now, new housing is planned next to it. In Compton, the fate of a cemetery hangs in the balance. Inside George Gaskin's Justice Revolution, a debate over what it is to be a crime victim. Hope here, despair there, for Indian Americans, heartbreak over the homeland. Palisades fire near Topanga Canyon, evacuations, road closures, shelters. Topanga Canyon homes evacuated as brush fire in Pacific Palisades grows to 750 acres. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, May 17th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. In London, rape threats on Jewish women from a pro-Palestinians convoy. Rape their daughters was shouted through a speaker. Violence in Israel is a political victory for Netanyahu. German priests defy Vatican ban and bless same-sex unions. At Miss Universe pageant, Myanmar's contestant urges the world to speak out against the military junta, pleads our people are dying. Failure to adopt statement on Israel-Palestine issue unacceptable. Turkish envoy criticizes Security Council's belated meeting, failure to issue statement on Israel-Palestine. Few realistic scenarios left to limit global warming to 1.5 C. U.S. for third time blocking Security Council joint statement calling for ceasefire, diplomats tell Toy. Gaza days away from near total blackout as fuel running out after week of bombardment. Netanyahu says military campaign will continue despite increasing calls for ceasefire as Israeli airstrikes killed 42 people in Gaza Sunday. Long working hours are a killer. WHO study shows drawing on data from 194 countries, said that working 55 hours or more a week is associated with a 35% higher risk of stroke and a 17% higher risk of dying from ischemic heart disease compared with a 35-40 hours working week. China on Sunday voiced regret that the United States was blocking a UN Security Council statement on Israeli-Palestinian violence as it urged greater international efforts to stop the bloodshed. France for first time takes part in Japan, U.S. joy drills, the Asahi Shimbun. An oceanic warming event is currently ongoing in the subtropical North Atlantic Ocean, as the rapid pressure changes weaken the easterly trade winds. These spring warming events in the Atlantic Ocean are known from history to translate their influence into the Atlantic hurricane season. Top Indian virologist quits government panel weeks after questioning the authorities' handling of the pandemic. The next headlines are from Forbes. Gojek, Tokopedia merged to create Indonesian tech giant valued at $18 billion. The future of work, what's the point of a shared workplace? Aussie billionaire James Packer's Crown rejects Blackstone's $6.5 billion offer. Chinese steel export ban could cut the iron ore price and hurt Australia. Microsoft board reportedly investigated Bill Gates' alleged relationship with female staffer before his exit. Turkey's President Erdogan wants to create another Bosphorus Strait but without international rules, a minefield for the region and the world. Chicago Bulls have 20.3% chance of keeping 2021 first-round pick after missing play-in tournament. New bill seeks to shake up Broadway ticketing business. Washington Wizards present difficult play-in matchup for Boston Celtics. Amazon hosts event to amplify Asian and Pacific Islander voices. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,705,688,180 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Sheffield Dog Fest reveals competition titles, fall program. Locarno Fest to honor return of Jedi and Jurassic Park VFX artist Phil Tippett. Losses deepen at Hong Kong Disneyland as virus keeps theme park closed for 7 months. Millennium producer Yellowbird's Husk brought onto the market by ZDF Enterprises exclusive. Vister takes rights to Caribbean mystery thriller Jupa exclusive. Lars von Trier reunites cast of The Kingdom for its comeback. Trust Nordisk boards Danish horror romance attachment. Why Netflix UK and Sky teamed up to support underrepresented screenwriting talent exclusive. Monaco Streaming Festival sets off hiatus premiere, reveals speakers. Netflix, Sky set up UK Screenwriters Fellowship, Helmer Bishake Ali details plans for program. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. The Best Student Podcasts, an 8th grade homage to a school's unsung heroes. Fighting weight, how military recruiters take on obesity, case by case. Miami tries to make vaccinations easy. Wherever people are, that's where we will be. What path is best in a swing state? Georgia, Arizona senators try diverging messages. Poll details the very different views of black and white Americans on race and police. As lumber prices climb, DIYers cut out the middleman and mill their own. Green, violet, oh my, NASA rocket launch lights up eastern skies. Microsoft board investigated Bill Gates' intimate relationship with employee. 80% of Asian Americans say they are discriminated against. Damon Weaver, student reporter who interviewed Obama, dies at 23. The following headlines are from the week. GlaxoSmithKline and Sanofi aim for COVID-19 vaccine authorization before year's end. The GOP's blatant disregard for democracy. 6 peaceful homes in Arizona. Make May 13th a national holiday. Bill Gates admits affair with Microsoft employee, denies being forced off Microsoft's board over it. Poll, in Japan, a majority of people are opposed to Tokyo hosting Summer Olympics amid the pandemic. Las Vegas Teens nonprofit has donated 2,000 duffel bags filled with clothes to foster youth. AP wants an independent investigation of Israel's bombing of its Gaza office. The next headlines are from Universe Today. 60 years later, is it time to update the Drake equation? What's the best way to water plants in space? These are the news headlines for today, Monday, May 17th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Mercury at greatest elongation on May 16 to 17. New clues to ancient life from billion-year-old lake fossils. Listen, have aliens already visited us? The next news is from Politico. Russian vaccines hot streak is sputtering. EU foreign ministers to discuss Israel-Palestinian conflict Tuesday. In purging Russia of Navalny, the Kremlin is humming a Soviet tune. Big vaccine makers reject offers to help produce more. Teflon Joe muddies GOP's midterm strategy. Rise of a mega donor, Thiel makes a play for the Senate. How Dems learn to stop worrying, mostly, and embrace tax hikes. Senate Republicans launch full court press to woo Sununu. Tax threat, executives predict Biden's big plans will flop. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Something was wrong on day of crash, truck driver's daughter tells court. More foreign players can help fix Australian super depth problems, Merinos. Perth Children's Hospital nurses working on the night where Raya died move on. Untidy, obstructive advertising signs in Brisbane Council sites. It's left them guessing. DCE wants players consulted before major changes. Whereas open to early Hooper return as bookie rates them $26 no Hoopers. Morrison government pulls $50 premised for station car parks. Last chance highs face funding cut as students fail to return from lockdown. Dean, who suffers from Crohn's disease, lost his life savings, but his counsel said he still needed to pay his rates. Premier reveals magic number needed to reopen international borders. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Market Extra, Bitcoin is melting. Here's what a 30% drop from highs in the crypto may say about stock market risk sentiment. The New York Post, UFO reports should be taken seriously, Rubio says. This robot-run fund loaded up on Tesla because it thinks the stock will soar. It's been right before. Tax Watch, come on, it's over a year. Spare thought for these people who are still waiting for their 2019 tax refund. Europe markets, European stocks edge lower amid rise in Asian coronavirus cases. Everyone's feeling this stress. People are drinking more alcohol to cope with pandemic-related stress. How to turn your life around. Asia markets, China stocks climb, but Taiwan equities tumble as rising COVID-19 cases force fresh restrictions. The moneyest, my boyfriend inherited a home and $700K. He pays me $500 monthly rent. Should I ask him for $86K to pay off my condo? The New York Post, Tesla driver killed in crash posted videos of himself driving hands-free. The Wall Street Journal, Microsoft directors wanted Gates to quit board over inappropriate relationship. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Hyundai supplier promises big patent investments, IAM. VLSI wins $2.18 billion against Intel as patent infringement damages, Lexology. New USPTO COVID-19 initiatives, intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. The treasurer says his patent box will boost innovation, the evidence says it won't, the conversation O. Obstruction of trade laws in our health sovereignty, the hunt India. Global IP policy should shift to promote patent sharing, IPWatchdog.com. Should TRIPS waivers be used to resolve vaccine inequality, Lexology. The next headlines are from Quartz. The NAFTA mistakes that Africa's largest trade agreement can avoid. Bill Gates investigation, COVAX crisis, Tiger surrender. The COVID-19 catastrophe has jeopardized the plans of thousands of Indian students. A black market for oxygen concentrators is preying on affluent Indians hit by COVID-19. The global crypto community is donating virtual coins to fund India's fight against COVID-19. Social media has no incentive to fix what ails it. What companies counting on in-person shopping have in common. What is a store worth? 5 ways stores are evolving as e-commerce takes off. Kenya's COVID-19 contract scandal, early-stage funding gaps, glamorizing cybercrime. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at Tech Dirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Golden State Warriors. Jazz. BTC. Miss Universe 2021 winner. Florida Panthers. Portland Trail Blazers. WWE Backlash 2021. Caleb Kennedy. America vs. Pachuca. Miss Universe 2021. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Singapore closes schools over concern that new COVID strains attack the younger children. Russia is making a mad dash to outrun peak oil demand. Twitter temporarily suspends Spanish politician for saying men cannot get pregnant. U.S. Secretary of State Blinken and Russian FM Lavrov to meet in person for first time this week, may discuss Nord Stream 2 pipeline. Abramovich pays dressing room visit to Chelsea women after Champions League final, dropping as players make pledge to Russian owner. Children evacuated from Lille school, area cordoned off as French police receive bomb threat. Bill Gates stepped down from Microsoft board after company launched probe into affair with female staffer, media. China administers 400 mn COVID-19 jabs, a new milestone, vaccine chief confident shots can be repurposed for new variants. Elon Musk crushes Bitcoin again with just one word. CNN cuts ties with contributor over abhorrent tweets expressing admiration for Hitler. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. A paid subscription version of Twitter called Twitter Blue is on its way. The American consumer is not happy. Airlines may start weighing passengers amid obesity crisis. Vaccine passports and medical paternalism. Russian Navy says it's closely monitoring UK and French warships in Black Sea. A primer for the propagandized, fear is the mind killer. Just whose coast is the Coast Guard guarding? As COVID concerns ease, DHS reminds Americans terrorists may attack at any time. Former professor sentenced to 37 months in prison for using federal grants to aid China's medical research. 48 shot, including 2 police officers in another out-of-control Chicago weekend. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Qatari, Egyptian, Saudi FMs discuss Gaza crisis with top U.S. envoy. In pictures, funerals and destruction as Israeli attacks continue. Indian state braces for Taukti, most severe cyclone in decades. Huge loss, experienced Gaza doctors killed in Israeli attacks. What does voting mean in Iran? As they ready to reopen, British eateries short on staff, survey. Central Vista, India's Modi blasted for $2.8 billion project amid COVID. Are these India's forgotten victims of COVID? Microsoft investigated Bill Gates' involvement with an employee. Pakistan calls for U.S. role in de-escalating Gaza conflict. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Ex-Austin player falls victim to NFL tryout hoax. With Israel still under attack, Senator Ossoff leads Democrats in call for ceasefire. LA Fire Department battles blaze using lot considered for temporary homeless housing. Watch, MLB players are flopping like LeBron James and it's ugly. SNL cruelly mocks Liz Cheney despite diehard never Trump virtue signaling. Joe Biden diverts healthcare cash to help illegal migrants. Friends, the reunion under fire for lack of black celebrity guests. Alabama sheriff's captain allegedly fired for supporting constitutional carry. Christians donate portable bomb shelters to Israeli communities. Report, John Cornyn seeking compromise language for Democrat gun control. The next headlines are from UPI News. Owner surrenders tiger spotted in Houston neighborhood. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. 40 beer fun facts you need to know. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. New Space Force base evolves from Vandenberg AFB. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. A starving stray puppy upended Armandane, retired lives, finding purpose after finding Yuka. Phase 3 trial of MDMA therapy for severe PTSD is so successful that 67% don't qualify for diagnosis now. Vax Live concert raises $304 to fund 26 million COVID-19 vaccine doses for world's most vulnerable. Watch sea lion pups do water ballet around delighted swimmers at the seashore. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, May 17th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Giant Marilyn Monroe statue returns to Palm Springs, but its backside faces backlash, NPR. Hundreds of bodies found buried along Indian river banks believed to be COVID-19 victims. Woman sucked into machine at Purple Mattress Factory, dies, sleep in heavenly peace. How 3 dead prostitutes triggered a wild satanic panic. Chick-fil-A imposes sauce limit amid industry-wide shortages. Mark Russell's Not All Robots is a parable of toxic masculinity and AI supremacy in our capitalist hellscape. Private Florida school won't employ vaccinated teachers. Russia is going to try to clone an army of 3,000-year-old Scythian warriors. An entire county just paid thousands to join a far-right group. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Apple AirTags and the Find My app only work because of a massive covert tracking network. Amazon launches free ad-supported video streaming service in India. Tesla ranks first in global battery EV sales, but Chinese automakers get the lion's share. Clubhouse's Android version is going global this week. Here's a step-by-step tutorial for getting your first novel written and published, all for under $30. This PMP exam prep course will get you certified in just 6 weeks, with a 100% guarantee. How dating apps have adapted to the pandemic and made romancing safer. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, May 17th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah Jazz secure NBA's best record, West #1 seed, home court advantage throughout playoffs. The Triple Team, looking at the Jazz's playoff road ahead, lessons learned from the successful season that was. Bayou softball heading to Tempe Regional for the NCAA tournament. Sam Houston wins FCS title with late TD versus South Dakota State. Swastika scratched on door of Utah synagogue. Two West Valley City men found dead in Utah Lake. Scott D. Pierce, Golden Globes finally face a reckoning, but it's a bit late for the U grad who just won one. Paul Krugman, what do used car prices say about Biden's agenda? CDC director says mask turnaround based solely on science. Utah reports 242 new cases of COVID-19, no additional deaths. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Peter Thiel helps fund an app that tells you what to do. Microsoft funds a team with Guido van Rossum to double the speed of Python. U.S. lawmakers could restrict the use of non-compete agreements. Aluminum-ion battery claim to charge 60 times faster, hold 3x the energy. The bizarre story of the man who invented ransomware in 1989. California City apologizes for wrongly accusing bloggers of criminal hacking. U.S. considers law requiring companies to report all cyber attacks. Improvements finally made in how we name asteroids. Huawei could eavesdrop on 6.5 million Dutch cell phone users without their knowledge. After 35 years, classic shareware game Captain Magneto finally fully resurrected. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Sharing your password, streaming services really want you to stop. Fill-ins come up big in Padres 5-3 win over Cardinals. 6,500 Emron, Missouri customers report outages in St. Charles County. You paid for it, parent fumes over state assessment testing for kids during pandemic. Calls mount for Gaza, Israel ceasefire, greater U.S. efforts. Woman dies following double shooting on Del Mar Boulevard. Large hail, gusty winds rolling through St. Louis area this evening. St. Louis police investigate 2 separate shootings on Goodfellow Boulevard. Blues may be without David Perron for Game 1 against top seed Dogs. Delivering the science, CDC director defends decision to ditch masks. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Several Rock Church employees test positive for COVID-19, Sunday services impacted. Inside California politics, Kevin Faulconer discusses his plans for California. UC Berkeley poll shows 36% of voters would recall Governor Newsom. 22 people rescued after roller coaster in Arizona gets stuck. Missing Texas tiger transported to animal sanctuary. Report, Microsoft investigated Gates before he left board. CDC says schools should still implement face masks, social distancing through end of term. Police searching for 2 men after deadly shooting at Mission Bay Resort. County health officials report 108 COVID-19 cases, 5 deaths. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Technology, Vodafone Curve GPS tracker. AV Comparatives shows the problem of stalkerware and its devastating impact, the preliminary stage of femicides. The hardest spy to capture isn't the one motivated by money, clearance jobs. US to make greater use of drones to spy on China, experts say. Alexa has a new, hidden superpower, transforming into a security camera. Congregation Sharat Phil, Jewish Community Center of Saratoga Springs present former Mossad agent in Operation Brothers. New report on mobile tracking software market evolving technology and growth outlook 2021 to 2026. On this day, U.S.-Soviet summit derailed after exposure of Central Intelligence Agency spy from Virginia. Couple of ex-CIA spies raise their children like mini intelligence operatives. MI5 reveals funny letters from kids wanting to be spies. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army is testing a new tube-launched drone system. New deal moves U.S. Army's newest tracked vehicle closer to initial fielding. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, May 17, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. 2 killed in East Oakland shooting. Fauci says pandemic exposed undeniable effects of racism. Teen arrested in killing of San Francisco DJ. Engineers work to silence loud hum on Golden Gate Bridge. Police, 2 arson suspects detained in Los Angeles wildfire. It was terrible, Asian woman spit on at stoplight in Oakland speaks out. Korea scoring champ, Warriors beat Grizzlies for 8th seed. Bay Area wildfire program offers free chipping service, see if you qualify. Should you buy a standing desk? The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. A tough sell, in Dubai amid clash, Israel promotes tourism. AP's top editor calls for probe into Israeli airstrike. Young, White help Bulls top starter last books 118-112. MLS leading Sounders beat Los Angeles FC 2-0. Crystal Lake Central grad Grace Kinsler will compete in American Idol finale. It's scary, Buffalo Grove rally shows support for Israel, concern for friends and family. 2 hospitalized after Hampshire glider accident. Cook named to 2021 Naismith Wall of Fame class. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Red alert for Tropical Cyclone Tauktae 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 5.388 million. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Libya, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Mozambique. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, May 17th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in the news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. MTV Movie and TV Awards see list of winners. Houston weather, rain chances continue along with flood threat through work week. Montgomery County man accused of shooting neighbor's dog for defecating in his yard. Mayor Turner speaks at vaccination site created for Houstonians with disabilities. Children line up to receive first dose of COVID-19 vaccine at events hosted by Texas Congresswoman. Asian American Archive tells Vietnamese refugee stories at Rice University. Body recovered from Texas City dike believed to be missing 23-year-old fisherman. India, the tiger safely transferred to North Texas Animal Sanctuary. Students' artwork could earn big bucks in rodeo auction today. Family and friends hold series of emotional tributes for Houston mom Erica Hernandez. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. The latest, Turkey urges Pope to back sanctions on Israel. Dogged by Mideast crisis, U.S. envoy Blinken visits Denmark. Barletta to enter Pennsylvania's GOP stakes for governor. Global stocks, U.S. futures mixed as virus cases surge in Asia. Prisons push Thailand's COVID-19 cases to new daily high. Foreigners disappointed at new item on to-do list before working in Taiwan. AP exclusive full-blown boycott pushed for Beijing Olympics. The latest, British vacationers descend on Portugal. Foreigners disappointed at new item on to-do list to work in Taiwan. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. COVID-19 vaccination, the barriers to achieving global herd immunity. The devastating gun battle in Gaza is being fought in an uneven killing field. Ensure digital technologies are a force for good, Guterres says in message for International Day. Share access COVID-19 vaccines now, UNICEF chief says ahead of G7 summit. In Security Council, Secretary General calls for immediate end to Israeli-Palestine violence. First person, gardening is political says Irish celebrity horticulturist. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Toxic PFAS chemicals found in 100% of breast milk samples. Morgan Stanley has paid fines for 2 decades for abusing customers with in-house products. Now it plans to stuff Bitcoin futures into its mutual funds and retiree annuities. Netanyahu says Gaza bombing to continue in full force. FBI releases documents on Seth Rich's murder. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Were these electric cars abandoned because their batteries failed? Streaming services say don't pass on your password. Woman says $26 California lottery ticket destroyed in wash. AP's top editor calls for probe into Israeli airstrike. Does Biden have a personal Venmo account? Did Joe Exotic say he had prostate cancer? Could fungus full of psychedelic drugs cause brood X cicadas' butts to fall off? Did Target temporarily halt Pokemon card sales over safety concerns? Did Ben Shapiro tweet settlements rock and Arabs like to bomb crap? As GOP restricts voting, Democrats move to expand access. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. A certain clue can reveal more than you think. Selling higher ed as an experience is destroying higher ed. What an 80,000-year-old burial site reveals about humanity. The real takeaway from the Yankees' spooky COVID outbreak. Biden's trying to blame a Mexican-American for the border crisis on his watch. Hunting for flying dinosaurs in a remote corner of the world. Sex, deceit, and scandal, the ugly war over Bob Ross ghost. John Oliver accuses Israel of war crimes and apartheid against Palestinians. Nebraska dad hunted after kids, 3 and 5, found dead at his home. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Monday is tax deadline day for 2021. Jeffrey Epstein gave advice to Bill Gates about ending his marriage to Melinda, report. The Nevers episode 6 ending explained, from the Galanthi to Claudia Black's cameo. 3 suspected Aryan Brotherhood members fatally shot in New Mexico. Nets Kyrie Irving shoots way into exclusive NBA club, remarkable. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Scientists fear another pandemic as humans continuously encroach on wildlife habitats. CDC updates face mask guidance as U.S. COVID cases decline. States lift face mask mandates after CDC updates guidance. CBS News special, Men on the Moon. A shot of hope, vaccine questions answered. The return of the cicadas. Book excerpt, Extraterrestrial, the first sign of intelligent life beyond Earth. Something in the air, the increased attention to UFOs. UFO studies and the possibility of alien origin. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Elizabeth Warren star in new ad for NYC Controller candidate Brad Lander. Former NY Controller Carl McCall backs Eric Adams for mayor, joins team as economic recovery advisor. Bridge collapse sends freight train off rails in northwestern Iowa. Ex-janitor's story about creating flamin' hot Cheetos is bunk, Frito-Lay says. Miss Mississippi could make history at Miss Universe pageant. 4 hospitalized after explosion at Louisiana crawfish boil. Maya Wiley gets endorsement boost from Rep. Hakeem Jeffries in her NYC mayoral bid. 4 cops shot, double murder suspect dead after dispute over a dog. Stringer campaign organizer quits in wake of sexual misconduct allegations against candidate. Lindsey Boylan enjoying campaign trail for Manhattan borough president after bombshell allegations against Cuomo. The following headlines are from military.com. Joint Base Lewis McChord unit's new night vision equipment generating buzz online for otherworldly images. Town turns out to lay World War II veteran to rest in Kentucky. Damage assessment begins on overturned cargo ship after fire. After 15 years, the Navy's littoral combat ships are still in search of a mission. Soldiers who perished on secret mission are memorialized. Japan, U.S., France hold military drill eyeing China presence. Biden expresses grave concern to Netanyahu, tells Abbas rocket fire must cease. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Column, we've entered the blind faith, hope for the best phase of COVID-19. Can we trust that person next to us in line is vaccinated? Medline and Sterigenics haven't reported cancer-causing ethylene oxide emissions to the EPA's pollution inventory for years. Alexei Jayan-Elias gets downstate county chairman's endorsement for Secretary of State Democratic nomination. Lakeshore Drive closed south of 31st Street after fatal crash. Man, 57, accused of leaving hoax pipe bomb at Bryn Mawr headline, drawing massive police response. Thousands take to Michigan Avenue to protest occupation of Palestinian territories. Support right now is the only thing we can do. Tribune Publishing employees hold Save Local News rally shareholder vote to sell to hedge fund Alden Looms. Boy, 13, in grave condition after he was shot in the head in McKinley Park neighborhood. Chicago police officer shot, wounded Sunday morning on West Side released from Mount Sinai as 50 officers line up to salute them. People in Chicago rally in support of Palestinians. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Fight against drug-resistant typhoid aided by new genomic resource. Save our oceans to protect our health. Scientists call for global action plan. Groups call for reintroduction of jaguars in U.S. Southwest. How plankton holds secrets to preventing pandemics. Is your family CO safe when big storms hit? Boom times for organic cocoa in Ivory Coast. Rocket Lab satellite launch from New Zealand site fails. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, May 17th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. AP exclusive, full-blown boycott pushed for Beijing Olympics. Eurovision Song Contest returns despite coronavirus pandemic. Dogged by Mideast crisis, Blinken visits Denmark. Court clears way for Samoa to get its first woman leader. Leading off, Leicester returns to Wrigley, Phil's cool off. Still with the Cubs, Bryant back to his slugging ways. Saudi Arabia eases travel ban for vaccinated citizens. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Horoscopes May 17, 2021, Bob Saget, don't limit the possibilities because you're afraid to do things differently. Word Game, May 17, 2021. Bridge, May 17, 2021. Harriet Cole, my son has grand ideas and lackluster SAT scores. Ask Amy, my husband died and my sister tells me I'm too angry. Miss Manners, the bride insists I wear a dress, but I'm not girly and I have bad tattoos. Dear Abby, I'm not poor, but they won't stop giving me their cast-offs. Jill on money, the COVID-19 freeze is thawing. Israeli warplanes stage more heavy strikes across Gaza City. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Next digital trading halted after Jimmy Lai's assets frozen. Microsoft investigated Bill Gates before he left board, report. CDC, mask policy driven by evolving science, not Joe Biden. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez attract donor attention. Police punished for speaking out against BLM. Inside the Beltway, White House reaches out to atheists, secularists. Liz Cheney to GOP, soul of our democracy at stake. Netanyahu defends destroying Gaza building as AP calls for investigation. Matthew Lohmeyer, Space Force commander, fired for comments on Marxist influences in the ranks. The next headlines are from The Intercept. The right-wing web lobbying for Puerto Rican statehood. The idea that deficit spending is a burden on our children is the dumbest propaganda. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, May 17, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Prenatal detection of heart defects lower in rural, poor areas and among Hispanic women. Scientists explore Tesla roads not taken, and find new potential present-day utility. Preemie boys age faster as men, study shows. Shortcut for dendritic cells. The incredible return of griffon vulture to Bulgaria's Eastern Balkan mountains. Indigenous peoples in Canada have higher death rates, complications after surgery. More kids seeing doctors virtually but some parents still hesitant. New study of how U.S. recreational cannabis legalization could change illegal drug markets. Save our oceans to protect our health. Scientists call for global action plan. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. As board vote nears, local buyer eludes the Chicago Tribune. Police searching for 12-year-old boy with autism missing from Hammond. Man fatally shot in Chicago lawn, police. Burglaries reported at Bronzeville, Kenwood restaurants. Horoscope for Monday, May 17, 2021. Bulls finish season with victory against Bucks. Teen girl missing from Archer Heights. Teen shot in Austin. 1 killed, 1 critically injured in crash on Lakeshore Drive near Douglas, police. Teen boy shot in Gresham. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, May 17, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Is Governor Abbott willing to give up power to hold on to his job? Falekaloafoiku dances into the light. Ranking the Houston Texans 2021 road trips for fans. How soon is too soon for TV comedy to address tragedy and trauma? This week in Houston food events, taste seasonal ingredients at their peak at the new Lee Jardinier. The Art Car Experience welcomes Houstonians back to an eclectic world. The next headlines are about world records making news. Youngest author sets another world record for her second book, India Education Diary. Bloodhound racer stored in Coventry Museum as funding hunt starts, BBC News. World record hope, Jamaica Observer. India, Red Cross helps as cyclone strikes double blow in world COVID hotspot, India, Relief Web. Surya star Surya Patru sets world record as it becomes third highest rated movie on IMDb, Pink Villa. Atlanta United says they played a world record-breaking game over the weekend, WSB Atlanta. Celebrating Changsha's third anniversary with Guinness World Records event, a moment to remember for the whole city, Yahoo Finance. Former Cayman Islands athlete seeking to break snowshoe records, Loop News Cayman. Young Scots dead who suffered heart attack battling back to health with world record, Daily Record. South Korea and swimmer sets another junior world record, KBS World Radio News. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. How many times did Bill Gates meet with Jeffrey Epstein? Snake Eyes Henry Golding tells us about kicking off a new G.I. Joe franchise. Snake Eyes' first trailer gives the G.I. Joe legend a new beginning. Space Force commander fired after bad-mouthing the military on a conservative podcast. Apple is said to be maintaining mask requirements in its stores despite recent CDC guidance. AT&T and Discovery are reportedly in talks to combine content to take on Disney and Netflix. Lucifer's DB Woodside dishes on a Menadiel's baby mama drama. Clubhouse announces that its app will be available on Android worldwide by Friday. Angelina Jolie initially said no to starring in Simon West's Tomb Raider. Now there's a deepfake audio platform where celebrities can license AI-generated voice clips. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nuwasib in Kuwait at 116.78 degrees Fahrenheit or 47.1 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University WIID in Dome Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Neutrons unlock the secrets of Antony van Leeuwenhoek's microscopes. Google I/O 2021 preview, Google resurrects Wear OS and Android tablets. GameStop FOMO inspires a new wave of crypto pump and dumps. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Homicides surge in California amid COVID shutdowns of schools and youth programs. Kevin McCarthy's strange real estate saga, a luxury condo in D.C. and a tract house in California. Navy pilot tells 60 Minutes U.S. government sees UFOs all the time, every day for at least 2 years. Revealed, Trump officials used secret terrorism unit to question lawyers at the border. Busted, California cops are spinning police shooting videos with the help of slick PR firms. Americans cannot figure out why Israelis are fighting with Palestinians when Trump and Kushner achieved peace in the Middle East. How Trump could have launched a nuclear strike despite guardrails, MIT professor explains. Listen to Unearth 2017 interview where Matt Gaetz endorses wingman Joel Greenberg for Congress. CNN host closes special on the downfall of the Republican Party by calling for GOP exorcism. Trump White House advisor reveals why she won't vote for him again, and how the GOP could save themselves. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. America fumbled the pandemic. Michael Lewis shows us how it happened. Greenhouse emissions are messing with the stratosphere, a new study reveals. Is Georgia about to hand its universities to a climate-denying MAGA stalwart? Documents show Trump officials used secret terrorism unit to question lawyers at the border. California is headed toward another brutal wildfire season. The progressive backlash to Biden's foreign policy has only just begun. Nurses Union is outraged with the CDC's relaxed masking guidance. And you thought poisoning feral pigs would be easy? The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. UFO studies and the possibility of alien origin, WBTV. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Hittite static strength training improves motor function in rat. Central Intelligence Agency, Dove Medical Press. New antidepressant, non-hallucinogenic psychedelic antidepressant discovered, Intelligent Living. Women in Science, neuroscientist Caroline Geisler on standing out from the crowd, Global Voices. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Chloe Benjamin's best-selling novel The Immortalists is published in Persian, Tehran Times. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, May 17, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, May 17, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News8. All rights reserved.